Hey, Rob here for Quadratec.com. On the show floor, SEMA 2018, I'm going to be bringing you guys some of my favorite new products from around the show. Now, if you watched last year, I kept that list to about 10 of my most favorite products. Well, guys, the show this year, there is no way I could do that. There is just too much new product for the all-new Jeep Wrangler JL here at the show. There's the good, the bad. I'm going to be finding you some of my most favorite products. We're going to start right here in the JCR booth under that great 8-bit logo up top there with Bandit, and we're checking out their half doors. Now, they have these available for both the 2 and the 4-door Jeep Wrangler JL. What I really like about these doors is that they're simple, clean, and functional. So they follow the lines of the Jeep really well. They function well. No rattles on there, because what's more annoying than a door that is rattling when you're headed down the road in the trail? They're going to come with these great hinges here featuring the logo. They've got some mirror options available as well. And they use a nice and simple TJ style door latch on there. Easy to open, features a ball latch inside. Again, easy to open from inside the Jeep as well. They've got a couple rubber bumpers in here that are helping keep those rattles at bay. They also got a great little armrest right on the top here for when you're cruising down the road. And they shut just as easily as they open. Now, I also noticed that they have their brand new fenders on this JL here, front and rears. The fronts are a total bolt-on solution, no drilling required. The rears will require a couple nutserts to be installed, I'm told, but they also follow the lines really well, incorporate some great LED lights up front. They've also got some inner fender liners in there. Overall, the guys at JCR did a great job with these 2 products. Now we're gonna go hit the show floor and find everything else for you guys right here. So we're checking out Warren's new line of rigging accessories, including their Sidewinder and Hyperlink. Starting with this Sidewinder, I think this thing is awesome. It is meant to totally replace your winch, hook, and shackle, combining them into one unit. And that means you have less things you need to carry with you on the trail. It also means your recovery situations are going to become much safer. Now this thing totally replaces that winch hook on here, uses a shackle pin that allows you to directly connect this to your recovery point on another bumper. Or of course, you can feed a strap through here if you're wrapping it around a tree. They also have these additional isolators available. They're not only going to help keep dirt and debris out of there, but also it's going to keep it quiet when you're running down the trail. The Hyperlink is a shackle replacement here with 2 pins. Again, it's eliminating some of that recovery gear that you need to carry here into one nice compact unit. They're both available in this great black, polished, or gunmetal gray finish. We're here in the Rugged Ridge booth, and they have a ton of new stuff on this 2-door JL here that caught my eye. They've got bumpers, they've got their heavy-duty tire carrier totally redesigned on the back of this thing, taillight guards, but a few things really stood out to me. And right here, you'll notice on the cowl, they've got their cold air snorkel intake system. Now this thing is a 100% bolt-on modification. That's right, you're not cutting, you're not drilling, you don't have to do any paint work, you don't have to replace your hood. It ties right into the factory air box under the hood. And that means you can decide what kind of filter you want to run in that air box. Leave the stock filter in there, or maybe upgrade to a high-performance, high-flow filter. Now, one of the other really cool things about this here, you'll notice, check out how low profile that is, guys. You can still fold down the windshield. I know, I love that feature. And they've even designed this to be a modular system, so you can take this low profile intake off, replace that, and you can actually run the full classic looking snorkel on the side. Now, if we move down, we've got tube doors on here. Their tube doors for the JK have been great for years. They've made them even better. They've upgraded to this really heavy duty looking tube here. I think looks great with the lines of the JL, but check out this part here. This all new door handle here. 1 finger to open it, guys. 1 finger to close it. A great feel. You can tell they definitely spent some time in here designing a really great mechanism. Now, the last thing I want to point out to you guys here up front, they've got Rubicon fender flares on here, but if you'll notice, Guys, these things have been bobbed, they've been trimmed. You've got a lot of extra wheel well clearance in here. This is a prototype part. If you guys want to see this come to market, you have to let us know. Leave some comments below. We will pass them along to Rugged Ridge here. So you're not losing any of your daytime running light, any of your marker light functions here. You get a great looking LED light in here. Really simple install with those factory Rubicon flares, all right here from Rugged Ridge. Here in the Rockslide Engineering booth, of course, you know these guys from their power rock slider step combo here. Not only functions as a step, but also a rock slider that you can beat on. They've been available for the 4-door. Well, now they're available for the 2-door Wrangler JL, but that's not all they've got. This thing caught my eye right here. They're brand new replacement fender flares. This is an all aluminum fender flare, so you're not gonna have to worry about rock chips causing any type of corrosion on these things. And you're gonna gain an additional 1.5 inches of clearance over the factory Rubicon Highline fender, and you'll gain an impressive 3.5 inches of additional clearance over the factory sport style fender flare. And they've done all that while eliminating that valley that was created by that Rubicon style fender that could trap rocks and debris in here, scratching up your fender. They're using a nice rubber gasket in here to protect the body, and they install using all the factory mounting locations, no drilling required. You are gonna have to trim your plastic inner fender liner just a bit to work with these, or you can choose an aftermarket inner fender if you like. They also include all the replacement LED marker lights on the front here to keep those great looks of the JL lighting up front. And they plug right into the factory connector without any cutting or splicing required. They'll work whether your Jeep came with the standard incandescent lights or the LED package. Great replacement fenders here from Rockslide Engineering. So we're here in the RIP Superchargers booth with what looks to be almost a tame JL build behind me. I promise you it is far from that. There is a ton of J8 parts underneath of this thing. We've got axles front and rear. We've got those J8 bumpers with the helicopter hooks even. And there's even leaf springs, that's right, I said it, leaf springs underneath the back of this JL. You wanna get more information about this really cool build, you can go check out our top Jeep builds of SEMA video by clicking on that info button. But right now what I wanna talk to you about, of course, this would not be in the RIP Superchargers booth if it did not have something really cool underneath the hood. The world's first RIP Supercharger for JL tucked underneath it here. I've heard some unconfirmed numbers that this thing may be pushing 400 something to the wheels. That sounds pretty impressive to me. And I hear it does amazingly well with that 8-speed transmission. Of course, sitting here in the booth doesn't do it justice. Hopefully we're gonna see this thing out on the trail sometime soon, but for now, let's go check out more of the show. So we've seen a bunch of new axle upgrades and options available for the all-new Jeep Wrangler JL. G2 has their line of Core 44 axles. There are some other options available from Dana Spicer as well. Speaking of Dana Spicer, well, right here we have the brand new Jeep Performance Parts Ultimate Dana 44, of course built by Spicer as well, but built for Mopar and the Jeep Performance Parts line, meaning it's coming right from your dealership, of course available from us at Quadratec as well, giving you that great Jeep Performance Parts name on here. You can see they've made a ton of upgrades to this over the standard 44. Now we have a version of that right below here. This is a Rubicon crate front axle. This is what you would find in a Rubicon straight off the dealership floor. Up top here is that new Ultimate 44. You can see they're using thicker axle tubes. They've upgraded all of the bracketry on this thing to 1/4 inch, so it's going to be really heavy duty for you, using chromoly axle shafts as well as larger 1410 U-joints. They've also deleted that axle disconnect here, make it a little bit stronger for you when you're off-road. Of course, you can also see you get this great heavy-duty nodular iron cover on your differential here, and that differential cover has also been rotated to give you about a 1/2 inch more clearance when you're off-road as well, and it's available right here from Jeep Performance Parts. So we're here at ARB and we are checking out their whole line of new products for the Wrangler JL. Of course, they've got a new front bumper, they've got rock sliders, but what I'm really excited to show you guys here is the Jack. Now this thing takes the classic off-road farm-style mechanical jack to a whole new level. Made of the same aircraft-grade aluminum as their BP51 shocks, this thing is super lightweight. That means it's easy to carry. It also features an extra wide mounting jacking point on the bottom here. It's going to keep it really stable no matter what kind of terrain you find yourself on. And it features a full 48 inches of lift with this adjustable foot here. But where this thing really shines here is just how simple, easy, and safe it is to use. And because it's hydraulic based, not mechanical, you get an infinite level of adjustment. Now check this out. You and Jack your Wrangler up here, one finger, and you can lift your Jeep up, no problem. It's just that easy. And like I said, because this is hydraulic based, well, I can go a little or I can go a lot. There's no mechanical stopping point. And when it's ready to go back down, again, one finger, right back down. It's just that easy and safe. This is the Jack from ARB. So we are here in the Smittyville booth with my good buddy Glenn. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing awesome. It's SEMA. How can you not have a good time?
You know what? We love this show because this is where we get to showcase and show a lot of people our product path for 2019.
You got it, man. And speaking of new products, we got something special right here. The new Gen 3 winch. Tell me a little about this thing, man.
Well, obviously everyone knows about the Smittyville winch, right?
Yep.
Our 9.5 winch. It's a mainstay in our industry.
Sure.
So what we need to do is now it's time to elevate it, but still keeping the fantastic price points.
Yeah.
So some of the elevation we did, let's get straight to the point.
Yeah.
Straight to the point is when you look at a Jeep going down the road, you see a beautiful bumper, you also see a beautiful winch.
Sure.
It is one of the first things you see.
Yep.
So not only do we build a lot of functions on this, we got to make sure we build in some style also,
Yeah.
and some armor.
Sure.
So we're the first in the industry to provide armor for winch. So this is elevated up, let you know what it looks like.
Right.
When you were to remove it.
Yep, and when you install that, it'll go right down here over
Just
the
like
motor.
You see over here. So what this allows a Jeep owner to do, if you think about it, in the winch industry,
Yeah.
is it's probably one of the last component that you can customize for your
Yeah.
Jeep. Everyone loves to customize their Jeep.
Sure.
I don't think there's ever two Jeeps identical other than
No.
on the dealership lot.
Yep.
That's about it. But what it allows the consumer to do is to take the armor off,
Sure.
and then you get to either color match or contrast your vehicle,
Sure.
bolt it back on.
Yep.
And it allows us also to down the line to do some special additions with some special coloring that we
Awesome.
can put into there. Again, enhancing the look and appeal of it.
Yep. And-
Some other things.
yeah, one of the other things I noticed here, tell me about this winch remote over here. This is pretty radical looking.
Oh yeah, radical is what we're shooting for,
Yeah.
right? And one of the things we wanted to make sure that a lot of consumers see is we got this from the power tool industry. If
Yeah.
you think about it, what's more intuitive than a power tool? You have your in,
Yep.
out, power.
Yeah.
Instead of having a toggle that you go back and forth that you may be hitting the wrong way,
Right.
this is extremely intuitive.
Yeah.
We have a button here for a light that will come on.
Awesome.
It's also magnetic, so as you can see, on any surface, you can just mount it and leave it, and so it's not going to fall off your vehicle.
So we're here with Bolt, checking out some of their brand new accessories for the Jeep Wrangler JL. These guys have been making some great locking accessories for the Wrangler for a number of years now. Some great things like hitch pin accessories, spare tire locks, as well as cable locks. And the best part about them is that they automatically key to your factory Jeep key the first time you insert it. Well, they've got two brand new products this year. They've got a joint venture between them and Monster Hook with these great locking recovery hooks for your recovery points on your bumper. They also have a great new hood lock kit, goes right here in the front grille of the Wrangler JL. Again, the first time you put that key in there, it's going to key to your factory key. They even include the great hexagon mesh surround for the center section of your grille here, so it gives you that cutout for the lock and matches the factory pieces perfectly. All that new from Bolt. So we're here in the Teraflex booth. Earlier, we swung by those guys with JCR and we checked out their JL that featured the Terra 60 axles under the front and rear. Well, Teraflex did not stop there. They have created a whole line of brand new products for the all-new Jeep Wrangler JL. Of course, they are featuring their bright green Slimer build in here belonging to Dennis, that Mojito green two-door JL with some of these great new products on it. I ran down the line real quick. They've got some fantastic new Alpine control arms. They're calling them as their Alpine IR, which stands for infinite rotation. Those things are super flexy. They're going to do a great job out on the trail. They also have a brand new geometry correction drop bracket for those control arms that does really well off-road. They've got some brand new big brakes featuring 14-inch rotors and 4 pistons. Talk about stopping power. Those things are going to be awesome. And I've been told they fit inside a stock 17-inch wheel. They've also got that great new Alpha heavy-duty tire mount. That thing has a ton of adjustability in it for carrying oversized tires. Also features an extended mount for your factory backup camera so that you can still see past those large tires. And it's got a really cool quick release on that third brake light. And one of the things that really caught my eye, however, in the booth here is their brand new Nomad wheel. This is a 17-inch wheel with some features that I've never seen built right into a wheel. You're going to notice right off the bat we've got two red knobs on this wheel. Well, one of them is simply a cap that's protecting a standard valve stem. However, the other one is a quick deflator built right into the wheel. You can preset that at whatever pressure you decide down to 10 psi, and by simply turning that knob, it's going to air your tires down. By the time you make it around the vehicle, you're going to be aired down and ready to hit the trails. This is a 17-inch wheel. It's available in a couple different finishes, and it also has this really great rock rash ring that's a heavy-duty plastic on here. It's dyed all the way through, so even if you scuff this thing up on the rocks, it's still going to look great. If you go as far as totally destroying this, well, all the pieces of this wheel are available individually as well, so you can replace those rings as you need it. Overall, totally blown away by everything brand new here from Teraflex. We're going to keep making our way around the show, bringing you all these great new products. Here in the Daystar booth, we are checking out a couple new products they've got for the Jeep Wrangler JK, but they're not good just for the JK. They are a universal part available as well. But what we've got here is the complete radio package for your JK, consisting of a 25-watt GMRS radio, as well as an additional 5-watt handheld two-way GMRS radio. Of course, if you're not familiar with GS, similar to CB, but it's a two-way radio system, and it actually transmits a lot cleaner, clearer signal, easier to hear and talk. And with having the handheld radio and the base radio for your Jeep, it's a great way to communicate with your spotter when they're outside of your Jeep, or maybe even a Jeep that's following behind you on the trail. So the thing that I really like about this setup here is that Daystar is not only providing you with the radio, but also with a mounting solution designed to put the radio up above your rearview mirror between your visors. That also even incorporates 4 additional rocker switches here so that you can wire up some additional accessories in your Jeep. You're going to get everything you need to get that mounted up. You're also going to get the antenna and the bracket for the side of the Jeep. But they didn't stop there. They have this all available a la carte as well. So if you've got an older Jeep, or hey, maybe even a newer Jeep like a Wrangler JL, well, you can purchase just the base radio by itself and just the handheld radio by itself and come up with your own mounting solution. Awesome new radios right here from Daystar. We're here in the JW speaker booth with something very exciting. Guys, there's been a lot of new stuff around the show today. A lot of stuff has really impressed me. I tell you what, man, this is over the top. This is the brand new 8700 Evolution J3 headlight from JW Speaker, not just for the JL, not just for the JK. This thing is going to be able to go into any 7-inch round housing. Speaking of that new JL, well, I got a little glimpse. JW Speaker is working on an adapter ring to get this into the JL very soon. But let's start with the features that we got in the light right here. We have 2 versions of it. There are going to be 2 versions available, one standard and one with a heated lens. Now, one of the first things you're going to notice when you look at these lights, they feature an asymmetric design. So they have a left and right lens here. They're not using one headlight and just putting it on both sides of the vehicle. And what that allows them to do is customize and tailor the light output of this so that you get the best light out on the road and the trail. Now, this looks like nothing we've ever seen before. There are over 35 LEDs packed into this thing with a number of different functions. You got your high beam, your low beam, you have a daytime running light, you also have an integrated turn signal, and all of those are 100% street legal. Now beyond that, they've also built in a trail function. So we can start here with some output numbers. They've increased the output of the high beam over the previous generation headlight by 50%. Now the output on the low beam, they bumped that up by 75%. Those are impressive numbers. They've also built in Bluetooth technology into these things, and that allows you to take these headlights to a whole new level. By activating that Bluetooth app, you can put these lights into an off-road mode where you can bump up the light output to 100% across the board to give you the most light output on the trail, and that will activate your trail optics here, giving you great light output right in the front of your Jeep. The only way to do that is right through the Bluetooth app. And what you can also do with that app is move some of the power around in the headlight. So you can bump up the power to your high beam, throwing that light farther down the trail in front of you. If you're crawling at a lower speed, you can bump that power down to the low beam, giving you great wide output in front of your vehicle. There's also, like I mentioned, a daytime running light function in here, and part of that is a great startup sequence. And that allows you to just kind of create some fun startup sequences here, get people to notice your Jeep, of course. They've also built in that great turn signal. And by doing that, they've opened up a whole world of possibilities, not only to other manufacturers creating new fender flares for the JL, but also with the JK Wrangler, you can now remove those stock turn signals in the grille and replace those with their all-new Trail 6 light. There are 3 versions of that light available. They have their standard Trail 6 light, and that is going to give you the most light output available. You can step up to the Pro version of that light, which incorporates, again, that great Bluetooth technology, allows you to customize the output of that light, and even allows you to switch from a white to an amber light. Both of those versions of the lights come with 3 different interchangeable lenses, allowing you even farther customization. And like I mentioned, they will bolt right into the factory grille on your JK Wrangler, or of course you can use the universal style bracket to mount them up on the A-pillar, the bumper, really wherever you choose. They even have another version of that light, more designed for the off-road industry, high-speed power sports, to be mounted on the back of a vehicle. It would be a great addition to the back end of your Wrangler if you're doing some high-speed off-road stuff. Features an integrated onboard deceleration sensor that's going to flash a brake light for you. Doesn't require being tied in to your Wrangler's braking system at all. Overall, guys, an absolutely fantastic product from JW Speaker here. I can't wait to see what everyone out there in the industry does with these things, the possibility it opens up with other products for the new Wrangler JL. I've been absolutely blown away here, guys. We've seen a ton of stuff out at the show this week. I know we haven't even scratched the surface. I would need a full month here at the show. I hope we brought you guys a ton of great stuff to look forward to. Of course, you want to make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're sure to catch all of our latest coverage right here from the 2018 SEMA Show and plenty more. Until next time, guys, I'm Rob. I'll see you out on the trail.